fantastic Saturday. Thanks again for joining me today. I was actually very busy this week and was thinking that I was probably not gonna be able to do another video this Saturday, and I was like, nope, I gotta do it because it's Saturday and I have to do it. So today, guys, I have another fantastic product that I want to review. It has a few kinks, it has a few niches in there. It's things that you can work around if you've got a lot of time, and depending if it does happen to you. But this product is amazing. It's not the simplest to use and get used to, and be able to use and stuff like that. I am talking, of course, of the Hugsvape Lotus. Yeah, Hugsvape Lotus. So I bought mine again. I did not get these from Hugsvape. Hugsvape did not send me these. I bought these on my own from My Freedom Smokes. I'll link them in the description below. But these I have bought. I actually bought 3 of them, but mind you, this one is the black one, but the one that's inside is my stainless one because I'm using my black one at the moment. So let's get down into it so I can tell you about the Hugsvape Lotus. Okay, guys, so the Hugsvape Lotus, this is my up and close view. So it's supposedly black color. In the box you will find the Lotus RTA, 1 bubble glass, a spares bag, and an extra 810 drip tip. I did not get an extra 810 drip tip. Basically what happened is I was given an extra adapter, a 510 adapter, or 810 to 510 adapter, so that doesn't count as an 810 drip tip in my opinion. So yeah, that's the box it comes in, and there we have it, the Lotus. So that's what the Hugsvape Lotus looks like. I'm using mine currently, so this is where I'm using mine on. Black one. So this is the Hugsvape Lotus. So this Lotus is roughly 25 millimeters in diameter, and then at the glass, I'm not quite sure, I need to look up those specs, but it's got a nice fat bubble glass, and it gives you an extra, I think it's 5 point something moles of juice, which is, it's decent in my opinion. So yeah. So one thing I've noticed with the Lotuses, is that they come with really taut, really stuck in there type snug drip tips, and this is a type goon style drip tip because now the O-ring is in the chimney thing there. That back on. You have dual airflow slots here, and basically it is, oh my gosh, it's so snug. Oh my gosh. It's on a stopper, so what you do this side will happen this side, and what I usually do is I have them on halfway, for flavor and stuff. So that's how the airflow slots go, and basically for refilling you will notice that there is a little thing there. It's a tiny little arrow that says push, and all you do is push, and it unhinges from there. So you can refill from these juice ports here. They're not the biggest. Sometimes they do leak on you, or not leak, they give you some fluid that you're not supposed to have on your hands. So to close it, you just push it down into the thing, see, down,
into the slot and then push back, you know, from whence it came. To open it, oh gosh, just give me a second. Right, so to open it, you unscrew the bottom like so. The deck is on hinges, so yeah, that's your chimney. It is, you know, it's not completely round. It's like got like a concave type feel to it, and that's what, you know, adds towards the flavor as well. So on this build deck, let me just get up nice. Zoom up in there. On this build deck, you'll see that, yeah, like I said, the deck is screwed on, or it has screw, yeah, those things, threads. And this thing has to be run in a dual coil setup, because with the way that this you know, deck is designed, is that, and I'll show you now. Is that basically your juice ports are here in this small triangle in the corner here, and so is the post screws as well, and you have all four of them. You cannot run this baby in single coil mode, because, well, you will have so much juice leaking on you, it's not even funny. So this particular deck has got, I don't know if you can see it there, it's got airflow slots here. This is the airflow slot, and it pretty much hugs the coil, and the airflow comes in from the bottom and the middle and the top, so it's getting like airflow from all around the deck here. And I suppose that's why they call it the Lotus, because if you take off the coils here, you're gonna get like a lotusy looking Sauron's eye type, you know, deck to it. So yeah, wicking also is a it's a pain, I must say. You have to be pretty, you know, well versed with decks and building and rebuildables to be able to build on this, because I'm telling you now, guys, this is probably one of the hardest decks I've had to build on in my life, because you have to get the cotton right in there. You have to clip it at a certain you know, at a certain length there. You have to clip it at a certain length in order to get the best juice and flavor out of this thing. Wow, it's just so complicated, and it takes about at least 2 or 3 tries or more for you to get this thing nailed. Actually, I think more. It took me a lot more to get used to building on this. 2 or 3 tries or more to get used to building on this deck, and you have to comb this puppy out. You have to comb him out. You have to clip them at a certain length and make sure that, are you kidding me? Really? Seriously? Anyway, so you have to clip them at a certain length, like the cotton I mean, and it must be, you know, not too loose and not too tight either, but it has to be loose enough so that you can, you know, wiggle your cotton in and out of there when you're, you know, re-cottoning, re-wicking, there we go, when you're re-wicking. And yeah, unfortunately, guys, that's the way this one is. It's not really for a newbie. A newbie can get this particular, you know, deck and try and start using it and become versed with it, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And by all means, you can do that. It's a great flavor tank, RTA, but I'm telling you now, guys, it is not the easiest to build with. I will do a re-wicking coil change type tutorial soon, probably after this video, and yeah, we can get on with it. But the one thing that I must say, and I must mention two things I must mention to Hugsvape, is that when I first got this particular one, the quality control on this particular one, my stainless steel, my favorite one, was not great at all. Because what had happened is I had got it, I'd taken out the box, I built on it and everything, and then I proceeded to screw it onto my my tank, not my tank, man, my mod. And I had the 510 protrusion or protruding 510 connection that was originally supposed to be there. I'll show you with my black one. It broke on me. It broke on the inside. Can you imagine, of all places, it broke on the inside? My goodness, was I furious. So I made a plan. I got an extra brass screw, and I managed to make a plan with it and everything, because I know, being in Zambia, when things like this happen and okay, you gotta send it back to the place that you got it from, you will have issues sending it back because you're in Zambia. I mean, you have to just deal with your problems. That's what this place is about. It's the world on steroids, or on hard mode, you know what I mean? So I had to keep it and make a plan with it, and I was so disappointed, but I made it work. I did make it work, and it wasn't a fault of the place that I got it from. It was a fault of Hugsvape for poor quality control, sort of stuff. And yeah, that's one of the issues that I had with it, and I did fix it with a screw. And I can show you guys if you really want. You just let me know down in the comments if you want me to do a video on how I repaired this particular tank, and what exactly I did to repair it. So one more other thing that I had a problem with is the door. Oh my goodness, it was just so loose, and it actually came out at some point. So the fix I did to this was I just got like a piece of, not a piece, I got like a punch set, a little hammer. I took off my tank, the bubble tank, and I stripped it apart and basically leaned it against the metal part here, or on a corner of a window, or something that's got a 90-degree corner. And I pretty much smacked these two pieces of metal here, as you can see. I smacked them one, and it made it tight enough so that it was able to seal. And this was on my wife's mod, by the way. This one is still okay. Yes, the door is still loose on this one, but I like it the way it is. It doesn't just pop out on me sometimes now, whereas my wife's one, it would it would open up by itself in her handbag. So that was one of the things that happened to her. So yeah, let's go up and close, and we'll give it a quick vape, and I'll tell you exactly my final thoughts for it. So guys, my final thoughts for the Hugsvape Lotus, which I have here and there, is that I run these things on mostly temperature control, on the mods that I can afford to run it on temperature control. Otherwise, when I'm running it on straight Cantle, straight wattage, it's still good. The flavor that I do get out of it is, I must say, decent, and it's up there with one of the good RDAs, sorry, and it does make pretty decent vapor. It feels smooth.
It's slightly loud, especially when you have the airflow half closed like I do, because that's how I try and concentrate all the vapor so I can get the most flavor out of it. But apart from that, it's a pretty solid tank. The only issue I have with it is those ones in particular, the quality control and all sort of stuff. So to Hugsvape, I just ask that you would please work on these issues and see if there's nothing that else can be done, especially when it comes to the 510 connection, because I know there's a few people that will have it and they'll screw it on and it breaks, and for them that is it, they are done. Now I persevered through. That was my first ever Hugsvape tank, and I wanted to try it. I wanted to know exactly what the Hugsvape was all about, so I did, and I fixed it myself. Like I said, guys, if you want any information on how I fix it and the step-by-step process that I went through to fixing the Hugsvape Lotus, you can let me know in the comments down below, and I will do my best to try and reconstruct the happenings that went on that particular day, because man oh man was I frustrated with my broken tank. So Hugsvape, please fix your tanks, make sure that the quality control is up there. It's a good tank, and I vouch for this tank. And if there's anyone in Zambia that's watching right now, this particular tank is great. It takes a few tries to learn how to build on it, but it's great. It's a good flavor tank, and I have no problems with it. Oh my! One thing I forgot to mention in the unboxing there, it's supposed to be an unboxing experience. So you had your tank. It does come with a spare, flat glass. That one will hold probably about 2 point something moles of juice when it's on the tank and everything. You get a thing of silica. You get a baggie of O-rings, 510 adapter, and extra grub screws for when you strip your other one, and then it comes with a little user manual on the inside there as well, which I'm not going to take out for obvious reasons. The user manual, everyone knows how to put a tank together, especially if you're watching this video. So that is the very quick, I'm sorry, unboxing experience. Yay! So thank you guys for watching again. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the channel again. If you're visiting for the first time, you can click on the video, my previous video, which will be one of the two sites, and you can also click to subscribe if you really enjoyed this thing. Please like, leave comments, and again subscribe, and we will see you next Saturday. So thank you guys, goodbye.